Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Aaron from ChewOnThat Apologetics, and today, got a juicy video planned for y'all today. The video that we're going to be making, it's pretty similar to a short that we made a while ago. It's about Mark 13:32 and Matthew 24:36, about Jesus not knowing the day or hour. And I gave a response in my video that it can just mean to tell because of the word oiden, and this dude in my comment section, I'll actually throw the comment up on screen, he was like, no, I'm tired of people using this is just blatantly wrong. So I'm gonna be showing how this isn't wrong at all. Like, it isn't. And the way I'm gonna be doing that is just kind of showing that context kind of determines the way you're using a word. Like, for example, even in English today, somebody could be like, yo bro, what's for lunch today? Right, you're at school. Yo bro, what's for lunch today? Couldn't tell you. That doesn't mean that you have a gun to your throat and your jaw's wired shut and you literally can't speak. It just means that you don't have the knowledge, right? But then in another context, let's say it's like a business setting, and somebody walks up like, yo, what's the password for this or something, right? And you're just like, I can't tell you, right? You have the knowledge, but you can't tell them because you're not allowed to. You don't have that kind of privilege from your boss. The same word, but in different contexts, it means different things. So that's what I'm going to be showing is from the knowledge, or just from the context of the Gospels, the way the word is used elsewhere is, it's a resounding yes, Jesus does know the day or hour. He's just not the one to tell it. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, just to give a basic rundown on their, like, Unitarians, Muslims, anybody who rejects the Trinity really, or just rejects the deity of Christ, this is a really go-to verse for them, and, excuse me, they really love it. They love using this verse. So I'm just going to give y'all a way to explain this, and how you can actually use this as a way to flip it on them and actually show the Trinity even better. So their basic argument, Mark 13:32 or Matthew 24:36, and these say that of the day or hour, nobody knows, none of the angels in heaven, not even the Son, only the Father in heaven. They love to use this and be like, look, you can't say Jesus is God if he doesn't know the day or hour, because God is omniscient. If he's not omniscient, then he can't be God. But my problem with this is the word for know. The word for know is oiden. And I'm going to pull it up on Bible Hub. I'll actually throw the screenshot up on screen. It can literally mean to tell. It literally can mean that. And we see it being used this way by Paul himself. If you go to 1 Corinthians 2:2, he says that he decided to know nothing except for Christ and him crucified. That doesn't mean that he doesn't know his ethnicity, his name, his parents, his age. That doesn't mean that he doesn't know any of that. It's just that the only thing he's going to declare to them is Jesus Christ and him crucified. And we know that from the context of verse 1, because that's telling you what he's going to preach. So if his whole thing is he's telling you about what he's going to preach, and then he says, I decided to know nothing, again, it's the same word. It's oiden. You can look, I'm pretty sure on Bible Hub it has little strong concordance numbers above them, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 1492, the same one used in Mark 13:32. It's the same word. It's the same word used both times. One of them is used for declare. The other one I'll show is also used for declare.
By the way, guys, I am not saying that every occurrence of this word means to tell. All I'm explaining is that words in and of themselves can have dictionary meanings, but people can use them in a way that is different from that dictionary meaning.
Now, how am I going to show that it's used for declare? Well, we need to look at context, and the way we're going to look at context is just kind of going through the whole Bible. And the fact is that Jesus, he knows the exact same things that the Father knows. How do I know this? I'm pretty sure it's in John and Matthew. I'll put the verse up on screen where he says that nobody knows the Son except the Father, and nobody knows the Father except the Son. So think about it. The exact same way that the Father knows the Son, and if the Father is omniscient, he's fully God, he knows the thoughts, motives, will, the freaking thing Jesus ate for breakfast that morning. He knows everything about Jesus. So if Jesus knows the Father the exact same way, he would know the thoughts, will, and motive of the Father. One of those would be the day and the hour. He would know those things. So again, when we go by the entire gospel, if Jesus knows the Father the exact same way the Father knows him, then by virtue, he would have to know their day or hour, because that would be in the thoughts of the Father. Another thing is the fact that the disciples identified Jesus as knowing all things. When we look at the Bible, this is the part where Jesus is asking Peter, "Do you love me?" He goes, "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, Lord." "Peter, do you love me?" "Yes, Lord." "Peter, do you love me?" He felt hurt that he asked a third time. He said, "Lord, you know all things. Why are you asking me? You know if I love you or not, because you know all things." Why would he be saying this if he's just a creature? Why would he be saying this if he didn't know all things? He's saying, you know all things. You don't need to question me on if I love you or not. No matter my response, you already know, because you know all things. Again, the disciples express this when they ask Jesus to stop speaking in parables. And he goes, "I came forth from the Father, I'm now going back to the Father." And they say, "We know that you speak plainly now. We know that you came from God. We know that you know all things." So twice now, 3 times, you have Jesus identifying himself as being omniscient, and you have the disciples understanding Jesus as being omniscient. What more do you possibly need? And then also, just by virtue of Jesus being God himself, he would have to be omniscient for him to be God. Now obviously, they try to use this verse, but it's clear that oiden doesn't have one meaning of the word. It doesn't. Because even on Bible Hub, it says it can mean to tell. It gives one of the meanings, to tell. The context determines how someone is using the word. And we can see in the Gospels, we can see from Paul too, that Jesus and Paul used it the same way. Now, did they use it the same way in literally every single context? No. But in these 2 specific contexts, they use the word the exact same way. And also, just one more thing before I end this video. I want to point out kind of the hierarchy that Jesus made in Mark 13:32 and Matthew 24:36. He puts man, or no one, which just means all of man, all of creation, or all of man. And then he puts angels, so this is all of creation right here. This is all of creation. This is all of creation. And then he puts himself, and then the Father. So he's above all of creation, but he's just one under the Father, subordinate to the Father. So he's above all creation already. He's already made that hierarchy made. Am I saying he's above in nature? In this hierarchy, no. It's not about nature, but it is about status or authority. That's kind of what it is. So, yeah, because I mean, both of those were post-resurrection, or at least in Matthew it was. Is it in Mark? I'm not sure. I'll have to go back and reread Mark. But I know for a fact in Matthew 24:36 that is post-resurrection. So, yeah, that'll be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. So yeah, just keep that in mind when they try to use these verses against you. They try to use a lot of verses against you, but yeah, that'll just hopefully keep you prepared. As a matter of fact, I'm just doing it in the beginning of the video anyway, but I'll throw it up again. I'll throw up the comment of the dude who, he was like, no, 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 this does not work, or this never means that. It's, you know, it's kind of funny, because, like, he typed out no, no, no. Like, you got, like, I never seen nobody do that. It's like, you typed out no, no, no. This isn't what it means. It's like he was having a crash out over the keyboard. He was like, no, no, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was having a whole crash out over the computer. But yeah, I hope that cleared things up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Please hit that. Can you just, like, let me speak? Can you please hit that like button and subscribe button? That would be very much appreciated. Trying to reach 200 subs. You know what I'm saying? It's only been like a couple months since we even started this channel, so 200 subs pretty quickly would be dope. You know, we're on the road to about 142 trillion. No, I'm just playing, obviously. We obviously are never going to reach that. But yeah, on the road to 200 subs, 500 subs, 1,000 subs, you know, maybe even more in the future. But yeah, thank you all, everybody who's subbed in these past couple months. It's been great. Preston, you comment on a lot of these videos. What's up, brother? But yeah, I'll see you all, and that's something to chew on.